Hey, good morning. Good morning. It is Friday morning. That's right. It is TGIF, baby. How's everybody doing? How's everybody feeling? We are here on Motivated Strength, and I am your host, Shane Schultz. Now, we do this show so that you can start your day in a motivated, positive way. That way you can take on life's challenges as they are. But more importantly, as you are right now. That means when you go to your doctor appointments, that means when you go to your therapy sessions, when you go to your group sessions, when you are working or when you're at home, whatever that might be. The idea of motivated strength utilizes the optimal frame of mind. See, that optimal frame of mind is a higher way of thinking. That higher way of thinking can lead us to a higher level of living. Isn't that what we're all looking for in the first place? See, the thing is that the optimal frame of mind is something that probably somebody else thinks about too. But they think about it for somebody else, not for themselves. Think about that. When you're sitting there and you are in your trials and you're struggling and you're suffering, are you doing what it takes in order to be able to bring you out of it? That's the question. See, a lot of us are great supporters of other people. A lot of us are sitting there and will often say, all the right things to somebody else when we know that they're struggling or when they're having their challenges. See, the optimal frame of mind comes from experiences, comes from my own experiences and my own different challenges. My challenges were clinical depression or traits of borderline personality disorder or learned behaviors or disorders. And then we also have addiction, chronic nerve pain, codependency, a number of different things, right? Now, there's something that maybe you might be able to identify with, or maybe you might have something else that you're dealing with. Maybe I might not have the exact same symptoms that you deal with, but I do know that mindset. I know the mindset of suffering. I know the mindset of struggle. And so when I'm talking about the optimal frame of mind, I'm trying to help you get out of that frame of mind of where you're finding yourself struggling, where you're finding yourself suffering. I'm trying to get you to another level. I'm trying to get you to where you want to be versus where you might merely exist to be. And what I was saying is that, when we find somebody who we love or who we care about at least, and they're struggling and they're challenged with something and they're suffering, often we have advice, don't we? Don't we have advice for them in order to be able to help them out? Don't we have advice for them in order to be able to get to where it is that they want to get to versus where it is that they're stuck by? Don't we have the advice of whether it be prophets or whether it be, motivational speakers or whether it be athletes or whatever it takes in order to be able to help somebody to get outside of what it is that they're ailed by? Don't we do that? Well, we need to do that for ourselves. Now, we do a workshop over the weekend, right? We do a workshop for a reason. See, the idea here of Motivated Strength is not just about me talking about motivation and affirmations and all that. It's actually to help, get us into a different frame of mind. And the only way that we can do that is when we're practicing it. When we're practicing using that optimal frame of mind, that's how it is that we start making a difference. That's how it is that we start making a change that's going to mean something to you. So Monday through Thursday, right? Or Monday through Wednesday, we really work hard. We talk about a lot of different things. Thursday, we hammer it home. Have you noticed that? We hammer it home because we want to get you to be in that optimal frame of mind for that week. We want you to be able to have a lasting effect. And remember, the optimal frame of mind and motivation is really, motivated strength is about, a short message for a lasting effect. Then we've got Friday. Well, Friday, we take it easy a little bit and we review what it is that we've talked about. And then we have our workshop. Well, the workshop for this weekend is going to be, I want you to do what it is that you would advise someone else to do. In other words, when you're sitting there and you're in a frame of mind that's keeping you stuck, when you're in a frame of mind that's keeping you struggling or suffering, I want you to do what it is that you would suggest for somebody else to do that's dealing with the same symptoms. Now, I know that seems really, basic, but it's often that we don't do that because it's very hard in order to help ourselves. It's easier to help somebody else. but it's very hard to help ourselves. So it's really important for us to be able to rely on ourselves. It's really important for us to care about ourselves. Remember, I told you, don't ever take and devalue yourself. Don't ever think that you don't have a value, because you do. Even though that you may not think it or feel it, I promise you, you have a value in this world. You have a value in your family. You have a value in your friendships. You have a value in your relationships. So what I want you to do is that I want you to take your own best advice. Take your own best advice so that you can find yourself reaching outside of what it is that you're ailed by, because you're certainly going to do that for somebody else, right? I mean, if you see somebody else who's struggling, if you see somebody else who's suffering, what are you going to do? You're going to give them some advice in order for them, I don't know, not to do that anymore, right? Because it sounds so simple. Or you've been there and you've gone through that and you want to help out. But the thing is that what you're not realizing is that you have adapted in a way that they are. You've adapted in a way that they are. And I've always said, anything that I do, whether it be here on Motivated Strength or whether it be my network, which is called the Speaking the Heart Radio Network, no matter what it is, it all stems from my purpose. My purpose in this life is to help others be more than the challenges that they face. To help others who are more like me than they are different reach outside of what it is that they're ailed by. Be empowered to be who it is that they are meant to be versus who they might merely exist to be. So now it's your turn now. It's time to value you. Remember, we said the other day that we talked about doing the work is because we love you. It's not because you hate you, okay? It's because you love who it is that you are. You love what it is that you have the possibility of being. And you love those things around you and those friendships around you and the relationship that you have. You love that. So you want to make sure that you're doing everything that you can in order to stay right there, congruent with what the advice that you give somebody else. All right, listen, we do this show Monday through Friday. We do this show so that you can not only be the best you for you, but also for others. We're not, me, myself, and I looking into this camera. We're a community together. And together we are going to be making a difference. We are going to be making a difference for one another so that we can be who it is that we're meant to be versus who we merely exist to be. I hope you have an extraordinary day, and we'll talk to you again soon.